right, so once again, this is going to be the weighted average problem number 2. So I have the scenario here in case you want to do it again on your own. So slightly few changes here, but let's go ahead and take a look. So I've already filled out the worksheet to help you save some time so we can just understand the concept, okay? So here we're assuming no beginning inventory and of course no purchase returns or allowances. So once again, here we have the sheet. So what is going to be the purchase price for the first one? So the first one, on June 1st, we purchased 1,500 items at $1.30. So what is my purchase price?
$19.50.
$19.50 plus 200 of freight gives me a total cost of
$21.50.
right. So we already know that we have a whole bunch of purchase of inventory. So do we need to solve for the cost per item?
No.
No. Okay. What about the next one? So the next one we purchased on June 5th for 700 items at $1.35.
$9.45.
$9.45 plus my $100 freight gives me $10.45. Then we have on June 8th, we purchased another 950 units at $1.32. What is my purchase price? $12.54 plus 120 for freight gives me a total cost of
$13.74.
perfect. Here we are on June 10th. We purchased another 1,200 units at $1.30. What is my purchase price here?
$15.60.
$15.60 plus $150 freight gives me a total cost of
$17.10.
$17.10. All right, 2 more. So then on June 12th, we purchased another 800 units at $1.25. What is my purchase price here?
$1,000.
$1,000, yes. Plus 100 gives me a total cost of $1,100. Last but not least, we have another purchase on June 14th for 550 units at $1.30. So what is my purchase price here?
$7.15.
$7.15 plus $70 worth of freight gives me a total cost of
$7.85.
$7.85. So once again, we have all of our information filled out. So let's go ahead and sum up my columns.
5,700.
5,700. Okay. What was my total purchases?
7,424.
Good. My total freight.
740.
All right. And my total cost.
$8,164.
Excellent. Okay. So now that we have our numbers, what do we do? What do we need to do next?
$8,164 divided by 5,700.
Okay, that gives us a...
Yeah. Are we rounding this or are we just doing the round method now or?
No, we never round until the end.
Okay.
Okay, or at least that's how I think you guys should look at it. But if you guys are in the future working on inventory and they tell you to round, you round. But for this class, we're not rounding until the very end. Okay, so what do we get?
1.432.
Good.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1.43228.
Yes, good. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug in our numbers. So for our purchases, how many items did I purchase?
3,700.
Good. And what was the total purchases price?
7,424.
Good. Once again, we have no returns or allowances, so therefore this should stay the same. Okay. Do we have freight?
Yes.
For how much?
740.
740. So therefore, my, oops, wrong cell. So therefore, my total quantity should stay the same. However, my total cost should be the 8,164. Right? So now let's go ahead and solve for down below. First things first is, did we have any beginning inventory?
No.
No, not in this case, all right? We're going to copy down our net purchases, right? Because that's what we solved for from above. We're going to add my beginning plus my net purchases to give me my goods available, which in this case is going to be the same as my net purchases. Okay, because we're adding 0. All right, so let's go ahead and look back at the scenario. What happened on June 15?
That's not on the worksheet.
It's not on the worksheet?
It's not on mine.
Okay.
Yes, you had 500 units on hand.
Okay, you have 500 units on hand. Okay, I'm gonna double check on yours, okay? So we have total of 500 units on hand. So we here, ending inventory. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I placed each one in the wrong
Why
column.
is the ending balance?
I put everything in the wrong column. I put everything in the wrong column. All right, so my ending balance was 500 units. Okay. So then, what is going to be my cost of goods sold?
So it'd be the goods available
Mhm.
minus the ending balance.
Good. So what do you get?
5,200.
5,200. So once again, you can either solve either or, but make sure that you round your numbers towards the end. So in this case, I'm going to go over here into my little workspace here. So I have to sell a total of 5,200. Okay? And each one is going to cost me this average cost of 1.432281. Okay. So once again, I'm going to practice my equal round formula. Okay. So equal round. Okay. I'm going to multiply my quantity times my cost per item. And I'm going to end the argument with a comma, and I want it into 2 decimal places. Okay? So then what is going to be my total cost here?
$7,453.06.
7,400, and what was the last numbers that you got?
Wait a minute. No, you know what?
7,447.86.
Okay, so remember, you don't want to round this number at all. Don't punch it in, cell reference it, because if I keep expanding this number is going to keep going on and on and on and on and on and on. If you just type it in, right, 1.432280, you will get a number that's off. Okay. Okay, and for fun, let's go ahead and solve for ending inventory if it's 500 at this price right here. Okay, so what is ending inventory if I were to solve for this one?
Wait, where you, so you did the 500,
Mm-hmm.
which was our ending balance, right?
Correct.
That's why it came up wrong.
The cost per item,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're doing the quantity times the cost,
Correct.
7, 16, 14.
7, 16, 14. Correct. Okay, so there you go. Those are my two numbers, right? All right, so I can plug those in, or I can use the equation, right? So if I solve for one of them, if I solve for the cost of goods sold right here, right, I can easily take my goods available, subtract my goods sold to get the same number of 17, 16, 14. Sorry, 7, 16, 14. Did I say that? 7, 6, 14. Yeah. Okay, good. Excellent. All right. Everybody understand this one?
I think I got it this time.
This, once again, this is a lot more clear, a lot more easier to understand, and the more easier to calculate. Instead of having to calculate all the batches, right? Have to always think about, okay, if I sold this X amount of items and I used up this batch, how many more do I have to sell? Then that's also going to be a factor where you're eliminating there. You're only using one number and one number only. Whatever number that you sell and whatever the average number is, and that's the only numbers you're going to use. Only one number. All right. Everyone good with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, so let's practice that journal one more time. So in this case, we have no beginning inventory. Okay, so what was my ending inventory?
7, 16, 14.
Good. What was my cost of goods sold?
786.
Good. All right, what was my total purchases?
Total purchases was 74, 24, 99.
Good. And what was my total freight? 740. Okay, so again, we shouldn't have beginning inventory, so I can eliminate this right here. Okay. And once again, sum up your totals, and do they match on each side? Right. Here I get 8164 even on the left, and I get an even 8164 on the right, which matches my inventory that is goods available. Okay. Any questions in regards to weighted average?
Can I see the journal again? Okay, yeah.
Okay. So once again, if this is something that you want to keep practicing over and over again, the worksheets are and the files are there for you to